Welcome back. I have something to do first. Graphics? Somewhere in here is a turn off like nudity. There it is. Ah, yes. Boop. Anything else hiding in here that I need to know? I had 2 episodes last week that I had to go and manually censor. It was a fun time because I wasn't sure if I needed to manually censor. Because I was like, YouTube's policy... Make sure that actually did it. Yes. YouTube's policy... Oh, hold on. One more thing. Where's audio? Nothing in there. Okay. So there's nothing to, like, turn off, like, copyrighted music either. Unfortunate. We'll just have to deal with that as it comes. Which I'll guarantee you I'll forget to do. Single tab. Yeah. Alright. Continue. So yeah, I had to, So obviously there were 2 episodes that involved some peen. And I wasn't sure if I needed to censor those because YouTube's policy says that, like, you have to censor if it's, like, for sexual content.
He's hard to figure this out, but he still got up. The page predicted all of it.
It did.
It helped me
predicted
find him.
the peen.
He just disappeared? What the hell is going on here?
We need to figure that out if we're going to do anything about it. Somehow we need to make sense of this.
Yeah. Yeah, so like I went on and looked up other people's videos. Because there's like, did other people censor it? And the dude's wearing underwear and everybody else's.
Saga had to pursue Nightingale. Into the overlap. Finding a way in would be difficult. A ritual. Saga would learn how. Stop the monster.
Manuscript page. Also, I didn't mention it before, but I do like the reoccurring characters, because like Nightingale's the FBI agent from the first game. I'm pretty sure. We have a thing here. Nightingale attacked us. Anything to learn from the body. It fought. First victim. Where would I put this? Anything else here? Oh, it's a separate thing.
Turned into a monster. Light as a way to fight him. Pages predicting the future. There's no rational explanation. This is the case we must solve.
Where did he go? Boop. Saga had to pursue into the overlap. What is the overlap? Saga was back at Cauldron Lake. I mean, the string is now overlapping. According to the page, it sounds like Nightingale went back to the lake, and he's a Taken. A creature of darkness. That's all I have for that case. Cauldron Lake murders. Case closed.
The cult of the tree is behind these murders. This case just became much more complicated. I'll need to start a new file. But it's my first cult case. Exciting.
I don't know if I'd use those words. Especially when it's very clear that, like, the supernatural are involved. Victim of cult killing became a monster. Where does this go? Cult goal? Become monster? Wouldn't believe it if I hadn't seen it. Need to dig in. Cult ritual. Writing part of ritual. The only victim to become a monster. That's a good point. It's actually a very valid point. These are, we've already read all these, right? The outside works. Didn't see. Yeah. It was another category. Radio. Oh yeah, and then the one episode that didn't have Peen, I got freaking copyrighted for because of the song. It said that there was no, like, consequence to it. So, I don't think it'll even be, like, censored. Or not censored, muted. But, if it is, you'll know why. I only have 2. I can't do anything. Exit. We were attacked by a dead man.
There's no rational explanation to what we just saw.
I'd love to blame this on mass hallucination caused by inhaling volcanic gas, but
I mean, there's a
we both
dead
know
guy
that's
right there.
bullshit. This was supernatural.
Well, I'm glad you were the one to say it. Now we can figure out a way forward.
Is this the work of the
The
cult?
victim of a ritualistic murder turns into a monster. Is there a connection?
Looks to me like the cult of the tree is performing rituals to create monsters.
Maybe. We need to start with learning this cult's goal. Their purpose.
What happened to the sheriff?
Right before things got crazy, Sheriff Breaker just vanished.
Maybe the sheriff knew more than he was letting on.
He seemed anxious, like he dreaded what was coming. One more mystery.
Let's go back to the
The
lake.
page places Nightingale back at Cauldron Lake. Calls him a Taken. We need to head over there, stop him, before anyone else gets hurt.
Okay.
Sorry, buddy. It's okay. You'll be fine. If we find a page that, like, brings the Dragon Balls into existence, we will wish you back. This way? Yeah.
Must be locked from the other side.
Wait. Thank you. I need all the help I can get. My aim is bad enough when I'm comfortable, but I'm on a controller. I will be injured. That's just a window where we hear gunshots.
Did you get spooked by the bodies?
Sheriff Breaker disappeared. Nightingale turned into some sort of a monster, and there are offices down. You two handle things here. We need to get back to Cauldron Lake immediately.
Fuck me. That's terrible. We'll do what we can, man.
Well, they took that way better than
That's crazy, right, Thornton?
Okay, there we go.
Nightingale's heart was missing. How could he do anything? He's dead.
Honestly, if I were them, I would think that we were the killers. Now, admittedly, the sheriff and the corpse are gone.
They're a fine pair.
But yeah, no, like, that would have been my first thought on it.
Oh dear, I am a tourist, and it appears that I'm lost in the woods. It
Okay.
only had a tour guide also.
Oh, commercial.
Bear season. Oh no, a bear. Help. Did somebody call for a tour guide? Oh wow, Koskela Brothers Adventure Tours. Unforgettable tour experiences at affordable prices. That's right, I'm Ilmo Koskela, voted best coffee roaster / tour guide by Coffee World magazine, and I'm here to give you the tour of a lifetime. But Ilmo, I've heard the government has seized and restricted access to many local nature attractions. That is true, Janko. Many local attractions have recently become fenced off by the government, and that's why at Koskela Brothers Adventure Tours we say, fuck the government.
Even the dead bear flipped him off.
Oh, wow.
We have bolt
Think
cutters.
of everything, and we'll take you anywhere.
Oh my god. I love that this also isn't animated, like those are real people, so they actually filmed this commercial.
Fishing in the crystal clear waters of Bright Falls Dam. Bird watching at majestic Mirror Peak.
A tour of a lifetime.
Oh my god, this says between the commercials and the radio, this game has some gems in it.
Discount on this limited edition Oh Dear Diner coffee thermos.
That was worth putting this entire murder case on hold. Where am I going? I am more interested in finding more commercials than I am finding this dead guy. Oop, what's down here? The hell's that? Well, it's in my inventory. What's up? You can go back to being alone in there. Alright, I think we're done here.
How you doing?
Terrible. We were just attacked by a naked guy.
Nightingale and his cult are dangerous. We need to be
it's not our
prepared in
car.
case things escalate more than they already have.
Where the hell are we going?
Can you call it in, Casey?
A smart choice, Anderson. Yeah, Agent Casey here. Yeah. We need backup. The Bright Falls case. Whoever you can spare. ASAP. Think we'll actually find Nightingale at the lake?
According to
pages
the
haven't
page.
been wrong yet.
We can't assume the person writing these pages isn't playing us.
I agree. But it's our best lead.
I think it's our only lead. I already read that sign. I'm assuming we're just gonna get back in the car? This has just been a long, silent walk? Yeah.
Rinse and repeat. Clock out, get a beer.
I saw the...
Or maybe 3.
Do I go to the other side? Terrain. Let me drive. There we go. Cauldron Lake.
I need to come clean, Anderson.
Oh.
I know why Nightingale was here 13 years ago. He was chasing a writer, Alan Wake.
Tammy mentioned him.
Yeah, that's correct. He was the guy from
She's
the first
writing a
one.
book on his disappearance.
You know the detective character from his books, Alex Casey.
Yeah, I've heard the jokes at the office. Cold case Casey. Murder case Casey. Sorry.
Haha. It's the same name, similar job. It's the first thing anyone thinks of. It annoyed me, but that was it. Then, 10 years ago, I started getting strange letters in the mail. Fragments of prose describing murders. You've heard the stories about what happened in New York. Some of it, at least. Bodies started to pile up. It was a murder cult. Turns out the fragments sent to me were from the crime books of Alan Wake. The cult was copycatting the murders from the books. In their heads, they were performing a ritual to bring Wake back. Their imagined prophet. After that case, I started looking into Wake's disappearance on the side.
And you thought this case might be connected to him? His name does keep popping up.
I just wanted you to
I
have
just
all
saw
the
that
facts.
cult symbol in the trees.
Next time, give them to me before we find ourselves in the middle of a horror story.
Because I'm pretty sure that's what I saw. Return to the heart.
The page says Nightingale's in something called an overlap. Need to figure out
my God, he
exactly
knows where we're
what
going.
that means.
I'm happy I'm not in charge of this mess.
Thanks. Let's start looking for Nightingale where he was killed. The writer of
I'm
these
just hoping
pages
he has
knows what will
underwear this
happen.
time.
Because they're behind this, or because they can see what's coming. Impossible things are happening here. A world operating on different rules. I need to understand this strange logic. To see the clues. To solve the case.
Yeah. What she said.
I've been thinking more about the cult of the tree. What sort of cult refers to themselves as a cult?
In my
Cult of the
experience,
Lamb.
They don't.
We're not seeing the full picture yet.
Who the hell's that?
Hey,
What's that?
hello there. How are you folks doing?
Those restricted area signs don't do a
Are
damn
you authorized to be
Hello,
here?
Saga Anderson. Are you two supposed to be here?
I'm Ilmo Koskela. Fantastic to
From
meet
the
you.
commercial.
And yes, Stephen here hired me to show him through the woods. He's in town on important government business. Fixing this impressive piece of hardware.
I work for the FBC, ma'am. I'm authorized to be here.
And I bet you two are here about that murder. Nasty stuff. How's it going?
You're the guy from the commercial. You're
How did
famous.
you hear about the murder, Ilmo? Do you know anything that could help us?
People tend to tell me things. The Koskela brothers are kind of a household name around here. Speaking of, if you're looking for some fun, stop by Watery. Just down the road from Bright Falls, there's our Coffee World amusement park.
Y'all have an
There's
amusement park?
Sauna ja vihta. And we offer a variety of guided tours, hunting, fishing, hiking, whatever strikes your fancy. You name it, we probably got it.
What is this machine?
What is this thing?
It's just a monitoring station, ma'am. The Federal Bureau of Control checks volcanic activity and air toxicity levels.
That's the
No
group
need to
from
worry, though.
Control.
It's mostly for research purposes.
That's one gorgeous weather saga.
Is it?
Looks Nordic. I bet a family member made it.
I can't see it. My brother
My
made,
mother
or my
made
mother.
this sweater for me. How do you know?
I knew it. My mom used to knit those sweaters for me and my brother. Watery, my hometown, was founded by Finnish immigrants. So between your name and the sweater, I figured your family might be from Finland too. Suomi, Finland. Pulla, Karjalan piirakka.
Close. My mom's family is from Sweden originally. I don't know much about them beyond that. The sweater is just something to remember her by. Stephen, we're investigating a murder that occurred nearby. What can you tell me about your bureau?
Nothing that isn't classified, I'm afraid. But I don't know anything about a murder. Operations here are run by a different department. I'm just here to make some repairs. The wiring on this thing frays every couple months.
Yep, that's the raccoons. They grow real big here with teeth like you wouldn't believe. Can't gnaw right through a garbage can.
Well, I need to get back to it.
I do enjoy that, like, the Remedy games are all in, like, the same universe.
Well, there, Stephen.
What's this? Clear signs of tampering. Signal was rerouted into a transmitter that is not one of ours. I fixed it so any alerts will come our way, but it's definitely concerning. I'll make reports for the investigation department. Leaving this here in case I'm not the next person to fix this thing. If you're reading this, check for tampering. We may want to put more secure metal casing around the whole VIP Coffee World or whatever. We may want to put more secure metal casing around the whole thing so that the raccoons can't get to it anymore. Cool. I never played Control. It's one of the games that, like, I wanted to, but never. That's where the lunchbox was. We already found that one. This game I always, like, I wanted to, and then just never got around to it.
Let's get to the murder site, Casey.
Let's go.
A lot of things about this case keep bothering me.
Oh, yeah?
But one thing feels really off. Breaker's disappearance. I
That
get
is
the
true.
feeling Nightingale was responsible.
He was about to give you more of those pages. Something didn't want us to have them? Or was protecting him from Nightingale? Spontaneous combustion? I don't know. Not the kind of disappearance we normally solve.
He was doing something that the pages weren't allowing.
Our crime scene's drowning. Never mind it, rain. feels like home.
Yeah, there's a
No
symbol on
sign
the
of
table.
Nightingale. But the page did place him at Cauldron Lake, in an overlap. So how do we follow him there?
Maybe something around here will tell us.
We find Nightingale, then what?
After we find Nightingale, what then? I've never arrested a monster.
I've watched you arrest plenty of monsters, Anderson.
You know what I mean. Monsters. Light worked against him at the morgue. That might be the only way to stop him from hurting anyone else.
About all this ritual
Monsters.
stuff.
Overlaps? Rituals? What do you make of all of this?
The killers are usually the ones performing the ritual, not the detective. Acting out their sick fantasy. They may be trying to get you involved, forcing you into their twisted world.
But with dead men coming alive, the word ritual starts to have more weight behind it. We need to look around. Learn what this ritual is.
I mean, I don't think these guys are
We've
necessarily
seen this symbol before.
responsible for the dead coming to life.
Good eye.
Anything else? I don't see any more touchies. Oh, I lied.
Bare feet. Nightingale.
They
I'll
also
see where
have,
these
like,
footprints lead.
a
Can you comb
weird-
through the crime scene one more time, KC? Just in case?
On it. If anything comes up, I'll radio you.
Yeah, they have like that weird blur on them. Alright, we got a trail. Just music's changing, I don't like that. Also, when chasing a monster, I do not think we would have, or we should have split up. Oop, I see a touchy. Is that where the footprints go this way, then? Alright, we shall continue following the footprints.
The tracks lead into the water. Where'd he go from here?
We'll have to fight him. He's gonna like pop out of the water, I think. Son
I
of a
can feel
bitch.
Something. A presence. Nightingale isn't far.
Who's these? Yeah, that's how you know it's a fight. Come here, buddy. Show me the new underwear we got you. If you're not wearing underwear, I'm gonna be very upset. It's not fun going through the video to edit it frame by frame looking for peen. Is that the funeral looking lady from the first one? The monster? There is no mystery in Cauldron Lake being named after its cauldron shape, and yet there are many mystery stories about the lake. It being a gloomy doorway to the underworld, or of a witch whose cauldron the lake really was. The legend tells that when the affections of a local sheriff went unanswered, he accused the lady in question of having bewitched him. She was drowned, but her dropped ladle grew into a strange tree named Witch's Ladle. The woman returned to avenge her wrongdoers. If she was not a witch before, she was one now. She killed the sheriff, drowning him in the lake, then she took out his heart and locked it in a box. With the heart, she would summon him from the lake to exact revenge on her behalf. Or so the legend goes. Interesting. Sounds like what's happening here, except the heart isn't in a...
What is that?
I'm assuming that is the
Seems
overlap.
like it's reacting to the light.
Are you the overlap? Are you naked, man? Wait, what's that?
These aren't the same tracks that were here before. They're headed into the tree, not out of it.
No me gusta. You can toggle R1. What?
My flashlight burned the dark stuff away. It was covering another page.
That consumed a lot of
The fuse
battery.
was in place. Saga stepped into the witch's hut. Inside, a bright light. There were objects that stood out to Saga, as if the light had manifested them.
The witch's hut. Okay. I trust the pages to lead me to the overlap.
I do not. And we're gonna apparently trust this page next time. Bye-bye.